Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Thursday. We are on lesson number 27 of gratitude. These are the last two, today and Monday. Tomorrow's Aloha Oracle Friday, so, sorry. So, let's just get rolling. I shuffled the guidance cards already, just while I wait for people to come on, and then once they're on, or once a few people are on, we'll go right into lesson number 27 of gratitude. So number one, life is like a book. Some chapters are sad, some are happy, and some exciting. But if you never turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter brings. I like that. Life is like a book. Some chapters are sad, some are happy, and some exciting. But if you never turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter brings. That actually says holds, but I said brings. So there you go. Got to turn the page, right? Change is hard, but change can be fun. And change is good. Stand tall, my dear, and shine like a beautiful ray of sunshine. Stand tall. So if you're feeling a little low on yourself right now, pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. Don't forget to have fun, be playful, be attentive. Don't forget to have fun. A lot of times when we start adulting super hard, we forget to have fun. That's where part of the joy of life comes from, right? I mean, you work hard and you don't have to play hard. Everyone says work hard, play hard. You don't have to play hard, but if you work hard, you deserve that time to go have fun, to do the things you want to do the things that excite you and bring you joy, all right? So don't forget that. Be playful and be attentive, and don't forget to have some fun. See, cute little puppy. Oh, I love this one. Luna Lovegood. Well, actually just the glasses, but still. Just be yourself no matter what others might think of you. Be true to you and speak your truth. Again, just be yourself no matter what others might think of you. Be true to you and speak your truth. All right? That's the reason I used her is because in the books, she doesn't care what other people think about her. She's very, very different, and she just embraces it. She's like, yeah, and so, that's what we need to do. Again, one of my favorite quotes is, what other people think of you is none of your business. What other people think of you is none of your business. And last but not least, I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Change is about removing the negative, not the positive. So there you have it. We talked about change just a few cards ago, about how it can be scary, but it can also be very, very rewarding, right? So change is about removing the negative, not the positive. Gather what you need and just, lean in to the positive teachings of things. In fact, I think that's the perfect segue for today's lesson of gratitude. And this one comes from Alphonse Carr. Some people are always grumbling because roses have thorns. I am thankful that thorns have roses. Good morning, older sibling. So again, some people are always grumbling because roses have thorns. I am thankful that thorns have roses. And I had a little note for myself underneath that says, change the narrative. Change the narrative. We always look to the negative things. And it's like I said, it goes perfect with this card, right? Where it says change is about removing the negative, not the positive. Today's gratitude lesson number 27 is about changing the narrative. It's about, instead of, being angry that you're trying to pull these roses and you keep getting prickled, be grateful that, these thorns have roses on the end of them. Not everybody can grow a rose bush. But also, if you're familiar with roses and you keep getting pricked, what's the lesson here? You're not learning it. There's thorns on these roses, so why do you keep just grabbing them like this? Sometimes it's what life shows us. When we're not grateful and we don't show gratitude for the things around us, we grab those rose bushes and all its thorns, and we're going to get poked. We're going to get cut and pricked by the thorns. And that's because we're not changing. We struggle to change. We struggle to flip the narrative on bad situations, because sometimes we're so stuck in a certain mindset, and we've been stuck in that mindset for so long that it's scary to change. It's hard to change. But just like this first card told us in the guidance cards, life is like a book. Some chapters are sad, some happy, and some exciting. But if you never turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter holds. If you don't turn the page, you will never know what the next chapter holds. Sorry. So that's the same with the thorns and the roses. You know, you grab them at the top, you clip them at the bottom. And I don't know how people that sell these things manage to do it, but they manage to take the thorns off. But it's a lesson. You can keep grabbing the roses, and you can keep grabbing them in bunches and get cut and bleed and all these things and get hurt. Or you can take a moment and do it properly. And that's the same thing with change. You don't just jump right in, right? You take it as slowly as necessary, as slowly as you need, so that you don't panic, that you don't freak out, that you don't, throw yourself off balance and end up, in a completely different frame of mind than what your intention was. And your intention just may very well be to move forward slowly. I feel like I'm talking to myself right now because older sibling and I were talking about this morning, and we were talking about that commitment to health and how I always seem to struggle with it. And the one lady this morning on the news said it perfectly. It's not just about the commitment, so you have to be ready, because if you're not ready, you're going to fail. And it sounds terrible, but it's true. If you're not ready, you're going to fail. So if you're sitting there and you're doing it for everybody but yourself, it's probably not going to work out. That's what happened the very first time a few years ago when I went through a program, lost a ton of weight, and I wasn't ready. I was an emotional eater. I'm still semi an emotional eater. I'm a recovering emotional eater. And they covered that in like 15 minutes in the class I had to take every week. 15 minutes. That's how much they covered emotional eating. And to be honest with you, everybody in that class, because every week we had to go around and share something or how hard it was or what we were going through. And every week somebody had something emotional happening. And then they were like, gosh, and right after that, it'd be like, but I really wanted to have this, but I didn't, and it just went to show that the psychology of also being on a weight loss journey isn't just about the calories. It's about the mental calories. It's about the, what's weighing on your heart and in your head and on your soul. And it's about healing those things so that you can move forward. And sometimes we have to push ourselves out of our comfort zones, because a lot of times what happens is that we get so familiar with a feeling that it is scary to change. It is hard to change. And that's why I really like this gratitude quote today. Some people are always grumbling because roses have thorns. I am thankful that thorns have roses. I just love how they flip the narrative on that. You can grumble and grumble and grumble about a situation, but until you flip the narrative and until you decide to change, it's going to stay the same. Roses are always going to have thorns. But how you choose to pick this rose, how you choose to grab onto it, is up to you. Do you grab it gently at the top of the stem where the flower is and then gently snip it and then collect it that way, and however you get rid of the thorns after that is how you get rid of it? Or do you keep being reckless and making bad decisions and just grab it? Sometimes when we take a moment for gratitude, it reminds us of what we have. I'm not saying it won't make you less reckless, because every human being's different. But you never know. How many times have we stopped and remembered somebody saying, well, when you're feeling a certain way, stop and take a deep breath. And then, maybe we're so angry, and then we remember this and we're like, yeah, fine, I'm going to try it. And then you do it and you're like, oh, it actually does work. And you may not do it consistently at first, but eventually you may remind yourself like, okay, I just need to stop and take a deep breath, or a few, until my head is straight. For me, the roses with the thorns is the perfect metaphor for just losing our shit all the time, instead of being grateful. And just, it's the thorns are like anger and worry and sadness. Because anger, worry, and sadness, they hurt us. They prick us, right? They make us bleed. Even if it's not literally bleeding, It's like a figurative bloodletting of sorts, because we're constantly self-sabotaging, we're constantly damaging ourselves, we're constantly hurting ourselves because we stay so tied in to these feelings without trying to remove them. And sorry, the one thing about curly hair that drives me nuts, I love my curls, I'm sorry, but my curls tend to curl in and get into my ears because my hair is short. So, and it tickles. So I'm very sorry about that. Oh gosh. Anyway, that's not distracting. So anyways, I really, this isn't going to be a very long perspective. There's not a whole lot I can say on this, except, I want to keep going around in circles, but I think you get the point. I think you truly, truly get the point. So here it is one more time. Some people are always grumbling because roses have thorns. I'm thankful that thorns have roses. Flip the narrative. If you want change, embrace change. Be committed to it. Don't jump in feet first if you're not ready for it, but take the steps necessary. Take the baby steps if you have to, one moment at a time, right? Some people will say take it one day at a time. Some people don't have that capacity. Some people have to take it one moment at a time. And if that stops you from grabbing the rose bush and getting hurt by the thorns because you've taken your time, then that's an accomplishment. That's something to be grateful for. When we stop and show gratitude, you start to see that, yeah, I'm grateful that these thorns have roses. Because you're starting to see what he's saying. We complain all the time about the thorns, but when you stop to think about it, I mean, the thorns are kind of there to protect the rose, right? In a way, it's to keep predators away. And people, I guess. But it is a reminder that sometimes beauty is pain. And I don't mean, some people will use that in terms of, physical appearance and stuff, but beauty in everything is painful. Change is painful, but there's beauty in change. There's beauty in gratitude, but even gratitude sometimes can be painful depending on what it is you're grateful for. Maybe something bad happened and you're just grateful that, you are still here, but that doesn't mean other people are. Or maybe you're grateful that, you have this long life to live, but it also means moving on without somebody else that you may care about or may have passed or however. Or it means moving on from a career or a job that you may have loved so much. And the people. This is where beauty is pain. But how we choose to view this beauty, if we choose it with gratitude, the pain can become less and less. If we show gratitude, the pain can become less and less. And you start to see the beauty. If you're able to see the beauty in the pain and the growth and the lessons you've learned, that's huge. That's change. That's progress. That's personal growth. And I'm not trying to be one of the very, like where you hear these people that hurt themselves and they're all beauty is pain. I don't mean that kind of pain. Beauty is pain because beauty is everything around us. It's everything around us. It could be you personally, or it could just be situations you're in. I mean, how many times have we been fortunate enough to see a sunrise or a sunset and you're, gosh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. But somebody, maybe 10, 12 feet away may be hurting. Maybe they had a last sunset with somebody that day. Or maybe it was the first sunset of a new change in their life, a new journey, a new path. And it can be scary for some people. But when we choose gratitude and we don't, take the time to grieve whatever situation you're in, okay? But when we do choose gratitude, we start to see the beauty in a lot of different things. We start to see the beauty in life. And I think that's important for us to embrace with this type of gratitude. Okay, so I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I know this was a short one today, but Tomorrow is Aloha Oracle Friday, so if you have any questions, put them out there. I come from a good place, so don't be afraid of Aloha Oracle Friday. I will go over the Oracle guidelines first thing, and then we'll start drawing the cards. All right, so again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Please take care of yourselves. Practice gratitude, and instead of looking at a rose with thorns, just be grateful the thorns have roses. All right. See you back here tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Facebook Live under Shelley Marie Lucas. All lives are public. Anybody can watch, or you can catch the replay on YouTube under the Aloha Perspective with Shelley Marie Lucas. Have a great, great day, and thank you so much for watching.